Today I'm going to share the 3 most obvious signs a woman shows when desire is already alive inside her. But stay with me until the 3rd one, because that's the signal happening right in front of you, and most men miss it completely. Before we get into it, understand this. If you've overlooked these moments before, it doesn't mean you're clueless, awkward, or lacking confidence. It simply means no one ever taught you how female desire actually communicates. And it doesn't communicate the same way male desire does. Not even close. Men usually feel attraction and move straight toward it. Women feel attraction and respond differently. They observe, they test, they create subtle openings. They rarely make the first bold move. Instead, they leave the door slightly open and wait to see if you're confident enough to step through it with them. From an evolutionary perspective, this makes sense. For thousands of years, women had to be selective and cautious, not out of drama or pride, but out of survival. That instinct still exists today at a subconscious level. So when a woman feels desire, she rarely announces it loudly. She signals it quietly. These 3 signs are those quiet signals. The first sign is physical contact that isn't necessary. I'm not talking about accidental brushing in a crowded space. I'm talking about intentional touch disguised as casual. She doesn't need to tap your arm while telling a story. She doesn't need to lightly push you when she laughs. But she does it anyway. What matters most isn't just the touch itself, it's the way she does it, the timing, the softness, and especially the duration. When a woman is drawn to you, her body naturally wants to reduce distance. Her nervous system seeks closeness. Touch becomes a subtle way of saying, "I'm comfortable here. I like being near you." You'll notice something small but powerful. She touches you and holds it just a second longer than necessary. That extra second is not random. It's her body speaking before her words ever do. It's instinctive, and that slight pause can tell you more than a long conversation ever could. Now let's move to the second sign, because this one is even more revealing. The way she looks at you begins to shift. Eye contact changes when desire enters the picture. It becomes softer, deeper, more intentional. She might hold your gaze a little longer than normal, or she might look away, then look back quickly, almost like she's checking if you noticed. Sometimes her pupils even widen slightly when she's engaged and excited. There's a rhythm to it. It's not the polite eye contact of someone being respectful. It's layered, curious, almost searching. Her eyes linger on your lips for a moment before returning to your eyes. She might smile without realizing she's doing it. These are small details, but they're not accidental. When a woman is attracted, her attention locks in. And attention is energy. If she's consistently giving you focused, charged eye contact, especially in moments of silence, that's a strong indicator something is building beneath the surface. And now the 3rd sign, the one most men completely overlook. She creates opportunities for you to lead. This is subtle, but it's powerful. She might mention an event she wants to attend and pause. She might say she's been wanting to try a certain place and then look at you. She could bring up her free schedule in a casual way. On the surface, it sounds like normal conversation, but underneath, it's an invitation. She's not directly asking you to make a move. She's giving you the space to do it. This is a test of confidence and awareness. When she feels desire, she wants to see if you can recognize the opening and step into it naturally. If you miss it, the moment fades. If you catch it and respond calmly, not desperately, not overly eager, but grounded and decisive, attraction grows. Female desire is rarely loud. It's subtle. It's layered. It whispers instead of shouting. And when you learn to recognize these whispers, everything changes. You stop second-guessing. You stop chasing. You stop wondering where you stand. Instead, you start seeing the signs clearly for what they are. And once you understand this language, you won't just notice attraction. You'll know exactly how to respond to it with confidence and presence. A lot of people talk about the look a woman gives when she's interested, but very few men actually understand what that means in real life. When a woman feels genuine desire, her body reacts before she even thinks about it. One of the clearest signs is in her eyes. When attraction is activated, her pupils can expand slightly. That's not something she decides to do. It's an automatic response from the nervous system when she feels stimulated or emotionally engaged. Along with that, her eye contact changes. It lasts longer than what's socially neutral. It's not just polite attention anymore. It becomes intentional. And here's a detail most men overlook. When she finally breaks eye contact, she often looks downward instead of sideways. That downward glance has been studied in nonverbal psychology for years. It's a subtle expression of openness and receptivity. She didn't practice it. She's not acting. It simply happens when she feels both attraction and a touch of vulnerability. You'll often see a small pattern. She looks at you. A soft smile forms. She glances down briefly. Then she looks back up at you again. That loop repeats. It's almost like a silent conversation happening beneath the words. Her body language is saying, "I notice you, and I like what I'm seeing." Now let's talk about the third signal, the one very few men catch in time. She begins to create privacy where there wasn't any before. Picture this. You're in a group setting. People are talking. Energy is spread around the room. And suddenly, she finds a reason to pull you slightly away from the crowd. She suggests grabbing a drink together. She asks you to help her check something out in another area. She lowers her voice and leans in as if she's about to share something personal. That's not random. It's deliberate. Before a woman moves closer physically, she often needs to build emotional and spatial safety first. By creating a small private bubble, she's testing something. She's seeing if you'll step into that space with calm confidence. She's checking whether you understand the invitation without making it awkward or forced. If you recognize that moment and respond with grounded presence, not nervous energy, not overexcitement, just steady confidence, the interaction naturally deepens. If you miss it, the window quietly closes. Understanding these signals is one thing. Responding to them correctly is another. That's exactly what I break down in my full guide, Secrets of Attraction. Inside Lauren Ponce Motivation, I explain not just how to spot these subtle cues, but how to carry yourself in a way that makes her feel she chose the right man to open up to. You'll find the link in the description. Before you leave, remember this. You didn't miss these signs because you weren't worthy. You missed them because no one ever explained the rules of the game. Now you know 3 of them. Knowledge only becomes power when you apply it. The next time you notice one of these signals, you won't hesitate. You'll move with clarity and awareness that most men never develop, and that alone sets you apart. Subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson. What's coming next will be even more direct and practical.